You are afraid of the quiet. From the moment you were born, you have been conditioned to fear the gap between words. You were taught that silence is awkward. You were taught that a lull in conversation is a failure of social skills. You were programmed to believe that if you are not talking, you are not contributing. If you are not making noise, you do not exist. This programming is a shackle. It is a leash that the weak use to tether you to their level of anxiety. Look around you. Watch the nervous energy of the average person. They chatter. They babble. They interrupt. They fill every second of dead air with like, and meaningless observations about the weather. They are terrified of the void. They are terrified that if the noise stops, they will have to face the reality of their own insignificance. But you are here to learn the way of the Warlord. You are here to learn the art of conquest. And the Warlord knows a secret that the masses do not. The Warlord knows that noise is weakness. Noise is a leak. Every word you speak is a piece of intelligence you are giving to the enemy. Every sentence is a potential trap. Every nervous laugh is a signal of submission. True power does not scream. True power does not explain. True power sits in the silence and waits. Today we are going to give you a weapon that is invisible, weightless, and absolutely devastating. It requires no ammunition. It requires no physical strength. It only requires the discipline of a monk and the coldness of a sniper. We are going to teach you the 3-second pause. We are going to teach you how to weaponize silence. We are going to show you how to use the vacuum to break the will of your opponent, to extract the truth from a liar, and to dominate a room without raising your voice. Sun Tzu said, "Subtle and insubstantial, the expert leaves no trace. Divinely mysterious, he is inaudible. Thus he is master of the enemy's fate. To be master of the enemy's fate, you must become inaudible. You must become the void." Welcome to the silence. Let us dismantle the psychology of the awkward silence. Why does it hurt? Why does your heart rate spike when the conversation dies? It is because humans are herd animals. In the wild, silence meant one of two things. Either the predator was gone, or the predator was about to strike. We are hardwired to scan for social cues. When the flow of communication stops, our primitive brain screams, "Something is wrong. The connection is broken. I am being rejected." The average person feels this cortisol spike and immediately rushes to fix it. They blurt out a confession. They lower their price. They apologize for something they didn't do. They act out of fear. This is where the Warlord steps in. The Warlord feels the same cortisol spike. You are human. You are not a robot. But the Warlord has trained their nervous system to override the instinct. Instead of rushing to fill the silence, the Warlord extends it. This is the core of the 3-second pause. When someone finishes speaking, or when someone asks you a question, or when someone attacks you, you do not respond immediately. You wait. 1, 2, 3. In those 3 seconds, you are not just waiting. You are deploying a psychological weapon. You are creating a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you create a space of empty air, the other person feels a primal compulsion to fill it. The pressure transfers from you to them. In those 3 seconds, their confidence crumbles. They start to second-guess what they just said. They start to wonder what you are thinking. You have seized the high ground without saying a word. Sun Tzu teaches us that the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. When you reply instantly, you are being moved by the enemy. You are reacting to their rhythm. You are playing ping pong. They hit the ball, you hit it back. They control the tempo. When you pause, you stop the ball. You hold it in your hand. You look at it. You decide when to throw it back, or if you even want to throw it back at all. You have broken their rhythm. You have disrupted their OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, act. They are observing your silence. They cannot orient themselves because you are giving them no data. They cannot decide what to do. They freeze. And while they are frozen, you strike. Let's apply this to the arena of negotiation. Most people lose negotiations because they talk past the sale. They are so eager to prove their value, so eager to make the deal, that they negotiate against themselves. Scenario: you are asking for a raise, or you are closing a client for a high-ticket service. You state your price. The fee is $10,000. The client looks at you. They frown. They might say, "That's higher than we expected." The amateur panics. The amateur hears the silence as a rejection. The amateur rushes in to save the deal. "But you know, we can be flexible. I can probably do $8,000 if we sign today. And that includes the extra module." Stop. You just slaughtered your own profit. You just signaled that your price was fake. You signaled desperation. The Warlord states the price. The fee is $10,000. And then, the pause. The client says, "That's expensive." The Warlord does nothing. The Warlord looks them in the eye. 1, 2, 3. The silence hangs heavy in the room. The client is waiting for you to crumble. They are waiting for the discount. But you do not give it. You sit there, comfortable in the tension. Eventually, the client's brain cannot handle the vacuum. They have to resolve the tension. "I mean, I guess we can make it work if the quality is guaranteed. I suppose it is within the budget for Q4. By saying nothing, you force them to justify the price to themselves. You force them to negotiate against their own objection. Or perhaps they say nothing. Perhaps they stare back. This is the stare down. If you hold the silence longer than they do, you establish dominance. The person who speaks first loses. The person who breaks the silence is the one who is more uncomfortable. If you can be the person who is least uncomfortable, you own the room. This applies to salary negotiations. "Boss, we can offer you $90,000. You, silence, 3 seconds. A slow, thoughtful nod, but no words. "Boss, but there is a performance bonus structure that could take it to $100,000. You made $10,000 with 3 seconds of silence. That is a rate of $3,333 per second. There is no other work on earth that pays that well. Silence is the ultimate leverage because it signals that you are willing to walk away. It signals that you are considering your options. It signals that you are not desperate. Sun Tzu says, "He who occupies the field of battle first and awaits his enemy is at ease. He who comes later to the scene and rushes into the fight is weary." The person who talks too much is rushing. They are weary. The person who pauses is at ease. Now let's move to the arena of conflict and disrespect. The soft insult, the passive-aggressive comment, the direct challenge. These are tests. The enemy is testing your frame. They are poking the fence to see if the dog will bark. If you bark, if you get angry, if you defend yourself, if you snap back, you fail the test. You have proven that you can be controlled. You have proven that your emotional state is a slave to their words. The 3-second pause is your shield. Scenario: a coworker tries to undermine you in a meeting. "Well, that's a cute idea, but we need something realistic." The amateur snaps, "It's not cute. I did the research. You're just being negative." Defensive, weak, low status. The Warlord employs the pause. You turn to them. You lock eyes. You do not smile. You do not frown. Your face becomes a mask of stone. 1, 2, 3. You let their words hang in the air. You let the room hear the disrespect. You let everyone feel the awkwardness of their aggression. By not responding instantly, you isolate their behavior. You put a spotlight on it. You make them feel the weight of their own rudeness. After 3 seconds, you have options. Option A, the clarification. You say calmly, "What do you mean by cute?" You ask it with zero emotion. You are a scientist examining a bug. Now they have to explain. Now they have to backpedal. "Oh, I just meant, creative." They crumble. Option B, the dismissal. You hold the pause. You look at them as if they are a child who just interrupted the adults. Then you turn back to the group and continue your presentation exactly where you left off, as if they never spoke. This is the ghosting maneuver. You have deleted them from reality. You have signaled that their input was not significant enough to warrant a response. This destroys the ego of a narcissist. Sun Tzu says, if the enemy is angry, irritate him. Nothing irritates an aggressor more than being ignored. They want to fight. They want a reaction. When you give them silence, you deny them their supply. You starve them. The 3-second pause acts as a filter. It allows your emotional brain, the amygdala, to cool down and your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, to come online. In that gap, you choose your response. You stop reacting and start operating. Let's go deeper into interrogation and deception. You suspect someone is lying to you. A partner, a child, an employee. You want the truth. The amateur asks a question, gets a lie, and then immediately asks another question. They grill the suspect. They create a rhythm of rapid-fire Q&A. This actually helps the liar. It gives them a tempo to dance to. It allows them to construct their fabrication in real time. The warlord asks the question, "Where were you last night?" Target, "I was at the office." The warlord does not ask, "Who were you with?" or "Check the logs." The warlord simply stares. The 3-second pause becomes the 10-second pause. You look at them with a neutral curiosity. You tilt your head slightly, you wait. The liar is terrified of silence. Silence allows you to process their lie. Silence means you aren't buying it. The liar will feel the vacuum and try to fill it with more details. "I was at the office, finishing that report, and then Dave stopped by." They start adding details. Unsolicited details are the hallmarks of deceit. They are trying to sell you the lie. You still say nothing. "And then my battery died. That's why I didn't text." They are digging their own grave. They are vomiting information to relieve the pressure of your silence. You are gathering intel without asking a single follow-up question. When they are finally done, when they have run out of words, you deliver the verdict, or you simply walk away. Sun Tzu says, all warfare is based on deception, but he also says, he who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not, will be victorious. You are lying in wait, you are waiting for the truth to slip out, and it always slips out when the silence gets too loud. Now let's talk about status and charisma. We tend to think of charismatic people as great talkers, but the most magnetic people in history, the icons, the leaders, the legends, were masters of the pause. Think of Obama. Think of Steve Jobs. Think of a great actor delivering a monologue. They do not rush. They speak, they pause, they let the idea land, and then they continue. Speed is a signal of anxiety. When you talk fast, you are signaling, I have to get this out before you interrupt me. I am afraid of losing your attention. My time is not valuable. When you speak slowly and when you use the 3-second pause between your sentences, you signal, I am comfortable. I am in control. You will wait for my next word because it is worth waiting for. This creates gravitas. Gravitas is weight. It is the gravitational pull of a massive object. You cannot have gravitas if you are buzzing around like a hummingbird. You must be the mountain. Try this in your next social interaction. When you are telling a story, pause right before the climax. And then I opened the door and I saw 1, 2, 3. The most incredible thing. Watch how they lean in. Watch how their pupils dilate. You are hacking their dopamine. You are creating suspense. You are turning a conversation into a cinematic experience. The 3-second pause also makes you a master listener. Most people do not listen. They just wait for their turn to speak. They are loading their next sentence in the chamber while you are still talking. When you use the pause, you signal that you are actually absorbing their words. They finish speaking. You wait 3 seconds, you process, then you respond. This makes the other person feel incredibly seen and heard. It validates them. It makes them trust you. It builds a deep rapport instantly. You become the wise sage in their mind, simply because you took the time to think before you spoke. But be warned, this is not easy. Your brain will scream at you. Say something. It's too quiet. They're looking at you. Your internal monologue will try to sabotage you. They think I'm stupid. They think I forgot what to say. You must kill that voice. You must replace it with the voice of the warlord. I am taking my time. I am the master of this tempo. Let them wait. You must practice this in low-stakes environments first. Practice with the barista. Practice with the cashier. Practice with your friends. Ask a question, and when they answer, just look at them for 3 seconds before replying. See if they add more. See if they twitch. See how it feels to hold the tension. Once you master the 3-second pause, you can graduate to the strategic silence. This is where you go silent for days. This is the no contact rule we discussed in the narcissism modules. This is the ghosting in negotiation where you go dark to make them panic. But it starts with the seconds. If you cannot control the seconds, you cannot control the days. Let's discuss the gender dynamics of silence. Societally, women are often conditioned to be accommodating and fill the gaps to make others comfortable. Men are often conditioned to have the answer and fix the problem. Both of these conditionings lead to overtalking. For women, the pause is a reclamation of power. It says, I am not responsible for your comfort. I am comfortable in my own skin. For men, the pause is a demonstration of strength. It says, I am not anxious to prove myself. I stand on my own authority. Regardless of who you are, silence is the great equalizer. It strips away the gender roles, the social niceties, and the masks. It leaves only the raw dynamic of will versus will. Sun Tzu says, the quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. The pause is your hover. It is the moment the falcon hangs in the air, spotting the prey, calculating the angle, before the dive. Without the hover, there is no strike. There is just a messy collision. Let's look at the mistakes people make when trying to use this. Mistake 1. The glitch face. They pause, but they look confused. Their mouth hangs open. Their eyes dart around. This does not look like power. It looks like a stroke. You must maintain the mask, eye contact, relaxed jaw, still body. The pause must look intentional, not accidental. Mistake 2, the overshoot. You pause for too long, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. In a social setting, this crosses the line from dominant to weird or creepy. The 3-second rule is a guideline. It is the sweet spot, long enough to register, short enough to keep the flow. In a high-stakes negotiation or interrogation, you can go longer. But in casual conversation, stick to 3. Mistake 3, the leak. You pause, but your body is fidgeting. You are tapping your foot. You are clicking your pen. Your voice is silent, but your body is screaming, I am nervous. You must silence the body first. Sun Tzu says, be still as the mountain. If the mountain is shaking, it is just a pile of rocks. How do you train this? You train it in the mirror. Look at yourself. Ask yourself a hard question. Why haven't you reached your goals yet? Look yourself in the eye. Hold the gaze. Count to 3. Do not look away. Do not blink excessively. Get comfortable with your own intensity. If you cannot look yourself in the eye, you cannot look the enemy in the eye. There is a metaphysical dimension to this as well. The void. We talk about the void often on this channel. It is the state of emptiness that contains all potential. When you speak, you are collapsing the wave function. You are choosing one reality. When you are silent, you are infinite. You are unpredictable. The enemy cannot map the territory that does not exist. By remaining silent, you remain unmapped. You remain dangerous. Think of the scariest character in a movie. Is it the guy screaming threats? Or is it the guy sitting in the corner, cleaning his fingernails, saying absolutely nothing? We fear the unknown. Silence is the unknown. Become the thing they fear. Let's recap the protocol. Step 1, the trigger. Recognize the moment. Someone asks a tough question. Someone insults you. Someone makes a lowball offer. Your instinct screams, talk. You catch the instinct. You grab it by the throat. Step 2, the anchor. You anchor your body, feet flat on the floor, hands still, shoulders down, breath deep. You lock eyes. Step 3, the count. 1, I am in control. 2, you are waiting for me. 3, I own this moment. Step 4, the strike. You deliver your response. Short, concise, powerful. Or you deliver nothing at all. You turn and walk away. This is the algorithm of the warlord. You will find that as you use this, the quality of your words improves. When you stop vomiting the first thing that comes to your mind, you give your brain time to find the best thing to say. You move from reactive babble to strategic articulation. You stop using filler words. And are just the sound of a brain panicking because the mouth opened too soon. Keep the mouth closed until the brain is ready. The 3-second pause will save you from saying things you regret. It will save you from agreeing to things you don't want to do. It will save you from looking like a fool. It is the safety catch on your weapon, and it is the trigger. We live in a world that is drowning in noise. Social media, 24-hour news, podcasts, notifications. Everyone is shouting, everyone is broadcasting. Signal-to-noise ratio is at an all-time low. In a world of noise, silence is the ultimate luxury. It is the ultimate status symbol. It shows that you are not competing for attention. You are the one directing it. Sun Tzu says, "The general who understands war is the minister of the people's fate and arbiter of the nation's destiny." You are the general of your own life. Your tongue is your army. Do not march them into a massacre just because you are afraid of the quiet. Hold the line. Wait for the opening. And when you speak, make it count. Make it a thunderbolt. Master the pause, master the silence, master the void, and you will find that you no longer need to shout to be heard. Your presence alone will command the room. Your silence will be louder than their screams. This is the way of the art of conquest. On this channel, we cover a range of topics like the one in this video. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, we may never see each other again. See you again soon.